So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Leah. What's up?
I asked you some questions today about our upcoming EP, Happy Never Ending. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to the announcement so far?
Thank you. It's been really great, actually. It probably has to do, of course, with the fact that Kellen Quinn has been sharing it across platforms, but I'm so grateful for his support because it's definitely put the word out there before it even dropped. So it has been a great response. A lot of positive messages, DMs, texts from friends and fans, and excited for the release. And it's probably the most excited I've been for a release.
Hell yeah.
Kellen Quinn has great taste because this EP is remarkable. It's beautiful. I love it.
My goodness, thank you.
This EP bangs. You've been on my radar for a little bit because my cousin Highwind, Chris from Highwind, opened a show for you. What was it? 2021 December?
Yes, exactly. 2021 December.
And that's when I saw you for the first time.
You were there?
Yes.
What the heck? That is
Look
so
at that.
cool. Wait, that's such a small world.
Yeah. So I've been following you since then. And when Tori reached out, I was like, oh, hell yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for the support.
Of course.
I love to hear that. So is there any meaning behind the EP title or cover art?
Yeah, the title, Happy Never Ending, I don't think that was my decision. It was my decision to title it that, but I did not come up with it. Chase Coy, my producer, and I were in the studio working on the last song, and I had not had Kellen feature on it yet. So that wasn't even in the cards. That was kind of a last minute phenomenal addition. And we were trying to find things to fill in that song and words and phrases. And so I think it was one of those things like where we were just going back and forth, picking up like little lines that kind of resonated, and we're like, happy ever after, it's never ending, and then we kind of put it together and it's a happy never ending because it's like stuff that like a situationship and hardships in life that just keep going on and on and on. But like, I'm not mad about it. I'm not saying it's like super healthy, but like, I don't know. It's like a happy never ending. Like, you just got to think on the positive side of all these like hard things that are going on in your life, and you'll eventually get through them. And that's kind of where it came up. I wish it was more, sentimental than that, but I like it. I also got it tattooed on my hand.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this EP?
Yeah, I think it's been like oh my goodness, has it been over a year of writing it? When I went to Nashville for the first time, I had FULOL and most of I Guess I Like You Anyway. And this is when Chase and I were like starting to just like feel each other out in like this working relationship that we had. And he did a previous remix for me before that, but I'm like, let's try this more pop punk stuff that I've been really leaning into. I wrote FULOL with Mike Grubbs, who is also known as Wakey Wakey. He was on One Tree Hill. And I also wrote FTS with him. It worked out really well. I loved what we came up with. And yeah, I don't necessarily want all my projects to take that long to write, but I think because I was being so particular and like careful with the sound that I've been really wanting to create, I gave it a lot more time to like sit down with Chase and be like, this has to sound the way that I want to be portrayed from here moving on forward in the more alternative sense. And yeah, so the last three songs were much quicker. I think those first two were really us trying to nail like our sound on the head. And then after that, I mean, it was pretty easy after that. And now we have even more stuff in the works, and hopefully it goes just as smooth.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
So I want you to tell us your favorite lyric off this EP and what it means to you.
Ooh, okay. I have an answer for this actually, which I'm glad, because I didn't would have been a crazy just like going through all of the lyrics in my head. But I think it's part of Happy Never Ending. It goes, you act like every word that came out of my mouth was the best you've ever heard. I couldn't believe that. Who would believe that? Or I couldn't believe it. Who would believe that? I think it just kind of sounds really silly and I don't know, I'd say like really quirky, but it's just like how is someone like gonna sit here and listen to me like act like a damn fool, and they actually think that I'm saying really cool stuff. And it means a lot when people listen to you and have, take your words to heart and care about them. And so I thought it was like a little cute way of saying like, thanks for listening to me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's adorable. I love it.
Thanks.
So where's your headspace at while you're writing this EP?
I mean, I think it was just exciting. I think I was really excited. It's not like I wasn't writing about like these new, well, there was one song that was like a little bit of a new time for me, but everything else, like 4 out of the 5 songs, these weren't necessarily new situations to me. They were kind of like same old. And I had the thought process of how can I make the same feelings I've been going through, the same notions I've been feeling for years, never ending. How can I make that exciting again?
Mm.
And so the headspace was pretty clear. I felt really creative. I felt like I was able to take this in a different direction. I mean, other than that, FTS was a new topic for me. I mean, not like I've been like, struggling financially as an artist and being an independent artist and trying to make it. That's not new, but writing about it was new to me.
Mhm.
And so I really loved that I could take that topic and really dive into like oh my God, I like F this. I hate what I'm going through, but like we got to push through. And that has been taken really well because unfortunately, a lot of people can relate to it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a very relatable topic, but like, was there any sort of hesitation on your end, like writing about it and like publicizing it for yourself?
Definitely. I feel like everyone says this. We use social media to highlight the best parts of our lives, and I do love it for that. But I'm trying to be more transparent and open because I can guarantee you every artist that I'm friends with, every mutual, even whether they've made it or not, or like blew up or not, has gone through that feeling. And so I don't see people talking about it as much. And that was also another response that people have given me, like, people don't talk about this enough. Thank you for bringing this up. And
Hmm.
I think we just need to be more honest, just like not only with like the internet, but with ourselves that like this is normal. We just have to all like figure out how to work through it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Completely agree. So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this EP for the first time? Should they play it in the car with friends, dark with headphones on? Should they blast at a party, work out to it? What do you personally recommend?
I'm a big car blaster, so I feel like
Mm-hmm.
everything
Yeah.
is more enjoyable in the car. Um, Weirdly enough, I feel like so my listening habits are how I would recommend them. I'm not a big earphone person. I don't like, you know, getting in my ears. If I like it out and like at a big party or a club, like, the emo nights, how these songs are blasted in front of hundreds, like that's
Yeah.
what I wanted. That's where I want people to listen to it or live. But yeah, I would say car would definitely be my favorite because yeah, it's just they're all kind of like they're a little bit of heavy hitters, so it you can get like aggressive and emotional and to it. Even like the ballad track off the EP, like kind of goes crazy at the end. But I would say maybe that's more of an earphone one. But
Mhm.
once you get to the end, you're probably gonna regret that. So yeah, maybe just out on speakers.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
So this question should be super, super quick off the top of your head. I want you to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words, no more, no less.
Uh, hmm. Aggressive, bold, colorful.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Nice.
I think that's
That's
how I would
perfect.
explain myself too. So maybe it's not like the best answer for the EP, but if it's me, it's the music.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
you're describing it. So, like, do you feel like this is the truest form of yourself, like
Right.
when it's artistically?
Yes.
Nice. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Perfect. So is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this EP to invoke in your listeners?
Just like, I don't know, being comfortable expressing yourself, like, I don't know, feeling confident in your energy and your feelings and being able to kind of let that rage out appropriately, whether that's listening and screaming or I don't know, just being honest with yourself and the people around you.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
So what is your favorite memory that you made while creating the EP?
Ooh, favorite memory that I made while creating this EP. I mean, I guess it's funny because I feel like all the writing was either on Zoom, in my bed, like literally super late at night, in my car, or like I was in the studio, like working with Chase. Um, I don't know. if it's like literal sense, I guess just being able to like be in a real studio space and going through all of that and like consistently going to a studio, because I was either recording vocals like in the past, I was either recording them like at a studio and then just sending them off to be put into production, or it was done really fast and it wasn't like a collaborative work. So I think being able to, fly to Nashville and get into a studio and actually try ideas out and be a part of the full process for like the first time was probably my favorite literal aspect. But I think in general, being able to like perform at emo nights and sing these songs to people that don't know who I am, but like meeting new people because I sang them like at a random, party, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I love that. And you mentioned like you wrote some of this EP in your bed, in your car, on Zoom. Are you the type of person who could just like write anywhere? You don't have to have like a safe space per se?
Definitely. I feel like whenever it comes to me, like I'm leaving and writing. Like I've been out at bars or concerts and I've just been like, sorry guys, gotta dip for a second. I have an idea. And then I'll have this
Yeah.
like really bad voice memo on my phone. I keep them all too. So they're all like in a little archive on my voice notes. But yeah, it's really just wherever it happens. I don't have any method or plan, or it just comes to me. I don't know. Very lucky, but at the same time, sometimes I'm not inspired. I struggle more to sit down and focus on writing. Whereas, yeah, working with Mike Grubbs was like the first time I've ever literally sat down for my own music and planned out, and it just came so naturally with like two people. But if I'm doing it by myself, which I mostly am, yeah, it's just whenever it hits.
That's awesome. I always love hearing when artists are just able to kind of just do it whenever. Because we've spoken to a handful of people who are like, no, I have to do it at home. I have to have a candle lit. I have to have something going on in the background. But it's always just so awesome because I imagine someone, as you said, like at a bar, just like, wait, give me a second. I got to run off to the bathroom to just quickly record this one little muttering bit into my phone. It's so funny, but I love it.
Everyone's different. That's funny. I just watched this clip. Like I haven't even been on my phone, but I opened it for a second and Logic was like, talking about how he sits at dinner and he's just like writing on his phone and it's like totally disrupting everybody. I'm like, that's kind of neat. Like, you don't really think about these things. You're just like, you gotta do it when it happens. But yeah, to each their own. Like a candle, that's nice. Like if that's how your brain works and that's how we get awesome music out of you, hell yeah.
Keep it going. So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. You're going in. What is your snack of choice?
Oh, what is my snack of choice? Well, to be honest, I feel like if I had, I mean, I don't get to pick, but like I would hope it would be a Wawa. And then I would definitely get like a Wawa coffee and some of those like vanilla wafer things. Actually, are they? They like the little like waffle looking things with the cream on the
the wafers. Yeah, those are good.
Those are so good. That's like ultimate snack of choice. But I feel like not everyone, obviously not everyone and everywhere is blessed with a Wawa. So I would probably get like a canned like double triple espresso drink and like maybe a pickle, or I don't know. I'm not like a snack type of person. I like a pickles and olives and kind of maybe cheese or like something like that.
Like a mini charcuterie.
Yes.
Than that. Yeah.
That sounds so much classier than what I just said.
No, because sometimes you just want like a random pickle, man. It's delicious.
And some gas stations and places have good pickles.
I'm a fan of pickles, but I got the bagged pickle from Wawa, and I wound up throwing it out. I wasn't a fan.
Wait, was it in like a black packaging?
Yeah, like they were like cut, and it was like in a black bag. I didn't like it.
Black bag.
Yeah,
I know they have
little like pouches.
Ones. Yeah, the pouches that they sell at Target. Those are good.
Yeah. What flavor did you get?
I don't remember. All I remember is I ate one and it wound up in the garbage. And I'm a pickle guy. I fucking love pickles. I don't know what was up with that.
Was it whole or sliced?
They were sliced.
Oh, you fucked up there. you don't.
That's what they had.
Yeah, but the sliced ones, then the Target pouches, the spicy and the regular, they're little circles.
Oh, the ones that I get are whole pickles, and they're just like in a pouch, and you just pull it up and you munch on the whole pickle.
I've seen those too before. I'm really curious as to what this.
I am too. I tried to forget about it. So on the topic of food, if your project was a dish, what dish would it be and why?
It was a dish.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I feel like I have to do something really spicy if it was a dish. I want to like my mind just goes to like a burrito bowl, like it's filling, it has everything that you could possibly want in what you're listening to or what you're eating, but like there's also these hidden elements of like really spicy sauce. I don't know. I just a hot sauce isn't a dish, but I want to like say anything that has like a really spicy sauce, spicy ramen, like a bang, like go out with a bang. That's my tunes.
All right.
Oh yeah, go out with your mouth on fire.
Yes, exactly.
I could never. I love spicy food, but I hate that feeling of just overwhelming heat. It's just
Love it. It's like getting a tattoo. It's like pain that I enjoy.
That's fair. I completely understand. So for these last couple questions, we're actually gonna shift away from music, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're actually gonna go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Ooh, with a drink. Okay, if I had to pick, see, I feel like, oh man, I feel like I kind of listed my favorite foods just recently, but I don't know if it has to be with a drink. My thoughts go to like, I don't know, maybe like a lox bagel with like a hazelnut iced latte that I order from shout out Coffee Fix all the time. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's either that or ramen, but ramen, I don't get really a drink. I'm just like chugging water to make sure I'm like not the saltiness doesn't overload. So I'm like, if I have to pick a balanced like last meal, which is so sad because I eat these damn lox bagels like every other day of my life, but probably one of those with like a really big coffee, whether it's like from that place I mentioned or like a Dunkin', like a big Dunkin' iced coffee.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. So if you could live in one fiction world for a week, where would you live?
Okay, honestly, I think I'm only gonna say this because my mind is still so wrapped on it, but probably like Mario World or like, well, I went to Super Nintendo World the other day, and being able to actually see what the game like looks like as a human being blew my mind. I couldn't believe how realistic it looks, and I was kind of thinking while I'm in there, I'm like, wow, where would I sleep? Like, where could I work on like at a desk like every day if this was my home? And while I was walking through that, I kind of had that mentality. So I'm like, that would be the dream, to be in like some sort of Mario universe, all of it. There's so many parts of land, like Rainbow Road and stuff like that. Like you can't go wrong with all the options.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has actually said it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Oh, can I have multiple answers, or does it have to be one?
No, it just has to be the one. I'm sorry, I can't change the formatting of the question.
Okay,
It's against the law.
I would definitely. Man, that's really hard. I'm just like looking at the things in my room and I'm like, which one's my favorite color? I mean, I'll probably stick with my classic answer of orange.
Huh?
I love the color orange.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah. I thought it was going to
be either blue or green.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've been a huge fan of green lately. That's why like I was about to answer that, but like no, it's blue, green, orange, and yellow are my favorites, but if I had to, I'd pick orange. It's just so bright and lively, and it looks awesome. Like everywhere I look, if I see the color orange, my eyes are just like, wow.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great color.
So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Yeah, I mean, you can listen to my music on anywhere with Leah with spaces, so L space E space A. Although if you type it regularly, it comes up sometimes. Social medias are all LOL it's Leah. And yeah, look out for the EP on February 24th.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for now. It's been Leah, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.